Are we ready? Okay. Let me get my coffee first. This is when you can get your coffee too, or your beverage of choice. Tea. Never been much of a tea person, but I won't judge. If you want to go put on a kettle. All right. So I'm gonna get right into it. And I'm gonna use this common theme, jealousy. But I think that this feeling is interchangeable with many other feelings that you can have. But they're more on the negative side or lower vibration or whatever you want to call it. Jealousy. All right. Are you jealous? Here's a question to you, right? Are you sure you're jealous, or do you just need a breakthrough in knowing the one who sees you deeper? Are you sure that you are jealous, or do you need a breakthrough in the knowledge that I've been remembered? You see, I'm seeing people get what they want, right? And how come I don't have that? I feel left out. When am I going to get mine? I'm feeling jealous. I'm feeling envious. I'm feeling fill in the blank. I think where this video is going to be for you is we're going to explore beyond the feeling of jealousy, beyond these lower vibrations. And I think what you're going to find in you by the power of the Holy Spirit is something really good, something really innately good in you, right? It is this need to know and be known that we have been deceived with. No, you're jealous because you don't have what you have been asking for. You're impatient. You need to be more grateful. Here's a list of things that you can do in response to this jealous feeling, right? And it's like, sure, you can if you want. But I think where you're going to end up, where the Lord is going to have you end up, and maybe you receive some illumination in your understanding by this video, is you're going to end up, I need to know the God who knows me deeper than these accusations. I need to know the one who knew me before I believed I was the person being accused. Because this is what I think happens with these types of feelings. There is an accusation behind it. And since you don't know who you are in him, meaning you only know yourself to a certain depth, you are in need of a breakthrough to know yourself deeper, to actually be liberated from jealousy, from these lower vibration feelings. That's what I believe. And I believe that it is in you, but you don't see it. It is in me, but I can't see it. And this is what makes me appropriately weak. And this is where God, who sees me deeper than I can see myself, is the one that has the power and the strength. So maybe you're not jealous, right? Maybe you feel jealous. And there's an accusation that's coming along with that that's saying, now what are you going to do about it? Don't be jealous. Look at your life. Be grateful for what you got. And I'm like, yeah, you can do that, but you're going to probably just pick up religious thinking. It's just, you're not going to be set free. Because there's not an actual problem the way that you think there's a problem. We feel like there's a problem with jealousy. It has this that doesn't taste very good, right? That feels bad. That feels evil. It's because it's coming with an accusation. It's saying, you are evil. You are lacking. If you had what they had, right? It's not just the feeling of jealousy. There seems to be an accusation behind these lower vibration feelings. Let's take it back to the garden, right? Adam and Eve. Okay. Adam and Eve didn't begin being deceived. They were deceived. When God made Adam and Eve, he said, this is good. And then they were deceived. And then the sinful nature entered into the world. And God sent Jesus, the Father sent Jesus to be the new Adam, right? We are no longer in identification, no longer slaves to our old sinful nature. But what is this sinful nature? I don't know if I want to unpack all that. There's a lot to it, I think. There's a lot of translating I feel like you have to do. But anyway, it's basically like the Lord wants to return you back to the garden, back to a place of innocence, where you were no longer influenced to believe that you were lacking, so therefore don't have jealous feelings that you would only have if you believed you were lacking. I am jealous of what they have. I feel like I don't have enough. You're believing that not what you have or don't have, it's who you are. You believe that you are lacking. If I didn't believe I was lacking, I wouldn't be jealous. I wouldn't be influenced by a spirit of jealousy. Something along those lines. So then how do you do that? How do you do what? How do you get past that, right? Because this is what I don't want for you and I don't want for me, and because this is a dishonest thing. I feel jealous. I need to not be jealous anymore. I'm not going to be jealous. I'm not going to feel jealous. I'm not going to give in to this. And it's like, you're already there. When you feel it, you're already there. And the only reason why it's affecting you the way that it has is because it's showing you how little you actually know yourself. How much you still identify with the sinful nature, right? This nature of lack, where we were first deceived. But Jesus says, I know you deeper than that. But you do not know yourself deeper than that. And that is where you need me. You're not going to just be like, well, Jesus knows me deeper than that, I'm not going to be jealous. It's like, no, that's not going to be how it works either. This is where you need a breakthrough. You need a breakthrough in your understanding of yourself. You will be in a weak position waiting on his strength as you feel vulnerable to many, many things. I am in need of a breakthrough. My heart has become sick. I've been waiting on the Lord, and I see people getting what they want, and I feel envious of them. I feel sad because I don't have that. And now there's this accusation that's coming against me and saying, now, what are you going to do about it? You don't need to be jealous. If you're jealous, you're not trusting. If you're jealous, you're not believing. You're not waiting appropriately. Yada, 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 fill in the blank. You're lacking, you're lacking, you're lacking. But I believe this is just by design, getting you to become more confident in what you actually need. You become more confident that he is the only one that has what you need. And what you need is to know, like in your guts, the one who knows you deeper than the surface. I think that maturing in the Lord is not necessarily going up, but it's going in. You're going deeper. And when you go deeper, you're not going to find, and this is where I believe the accusations will come against you, evil. You're actually going to find where goodness was corrupted. You're going to find where you've been deceived. Keep digging, keep digging, keep digging. Oh, I was deceived to believe that I was the sinful nature, but that's all that I could see. It was on the surface. I needed him to give me a breakthrough in the understanding of myself. So he took me deeper. And I say, oh, damn, I've been deceived. He's like, let's go a little bit deeper than that. Oh, wow, maybe I'm not evil. Let's go a little bit deeper than that. I'm good? No. I'm inherently good? Really? There's a good nature in me. When you made me, you said this is good. It was actually goodness that was perverted. And then I was deceived to believe that the perversion of goodness was me, which is basically your sinful nature. And Jesus is like, let me set you free. Right? It's not that you were jealous. You were feeling jealous. But there's something good in this. There's something very right in this. It's not off. You just don't know. Because you don't know yourself beyond this place. Think of it like this. You have a bunch of people in the world. This is what I would say, the world in darkness, and how darkness becomes normalized, and to manage darkness becomes a normal thing. It's like we all agree that what we're seeing is what we're seeing. We're in agreement that what we see is true, right? And so if you feel, this is where I say to the believer, it doesn't seem to require any faith for you to believe that you are lacking, but it requires all the faith in the world to believe that you are whole, right? It doesn't require any faith to believe I'm lacking, I'm not good enough, I'm unworthy, I'm undeserving, right? But it requires faith to believe that you're actually pleasing to him. Why is this? Well, I think it's because of the darkness that we've been born into, already established. And so you have people that can't see, that are basically saying they can see, and we've all become one in agreement with what we can't see. So we're in agreement to our own blindness. So we say the surface level of things, that's where life is. That's where the truth is. But the truth is not going to be on the surface. The truth is going to be in the deep. And the truth is going to be in the deep where he is and where he's always seen you. It's the deep calling to deep. He takes you deeper. Because you're like, I'm not convinced. I'm feeling jealous, and it's coming with this ugly thing. Right? What's that about? I need to do something about it, right? Yeah, you feel ashamed and you're going to look for a covering. That's probably what's going to happen. Right? If we don't, that jealousy feels so good or whatever, which I think is just another deception in itself. If we feel like it's an ugly thing and we want to push it away or we want to get past it, we're going to look for the nearest coping mechanism to get past that thing. But the issue is not the jealousy. The issue, and where the breakthrough needs to really happen, is in the understanding of yourself. Because you will find the Lord not saying, yeah, don't be jealous. There's nothing to be jealous of. Maybe if he meets you on the surface, but walk with him long enough, he's like, I got something else for you. But it's going to be a surprise to you. Because everyone on the surface has agreed that this is what life is. But truth is underneath the surface. Truth is in the deep place. Goodness was perverted, so we have to go deeper. We have to go further. We have to reverse engineer. We have to go back to the place of innocence where you can see, oh, I was deceived. All these people said, this is what red is. And I said, this is what red is, because everyone is in agreement. This is what red is. It turns out that's not red, it's blue. Something along those lines. We're all in agreement that what we think we can see is what it actually is. But what we're actually in agreement with is to our own blindness, right? Our sinful nature is not who we are. We seem to have been born inherently good, but that goodness was perverted and entered the world as sinful nature. And this sinful nature is not something that you can just throw off of you because you've been deceived. So you need someone who can see for you. You need someone who knows you deeper, right? You see how we're set up to know him in that way? And we can't really know ourselves apart from him. Almost like our reflection is in his eyes and only his eyes. Like our reflection without the shadows. So he sees goodness in you, but you don't see goodness in you because you've been born into a world where people don't see goodness in themselves. It's not inherently normal, right? For you to see the goodness, but it is evil, lacking, all this perversion, yeah. But before anything can be perverted, it has to be good, right? Before anything becomes crooked, it was once straight. So you yourself were once straight. I feel like I should go to one of those like gay camps or something. I don't know. It's like you can take anything and fill in the blank. I think where we get it wrong, and this is where we are ashamed, this is where we feel ashamed, is when you come to know that you need him to give you a breakthrough and take you deeper, meaning like the surface of things is actually not where the truth is, but you have lived your whole life believing that's where the truth is. It's very humbling to know how to become one who knows how blind they've always been, and how deceived they've been, and how deceived the world is, right? To unlearn that, what a thing. But I'm telling you, there's more underneath the surface of this jealousy that you have, or whatever it is. You find that a lot of these lower vibration feelings come with accusations, right? Because they feel a certain kind of way, and then you just feel like you have to like cover yourself. You feel like you have to do something about it. When I say cover yourself, what it actually looks like for the human being is they do something about it. They put action. I'm not going to feel this anymore. Yeah, you're going to try to cover yourself, because that's the best that you can do. But all roads, when the Holy Spirit reveals the truth to you, all roads lead to surrender. All lead to surrender. You are met with God, and He's like, I am the only one who knows you this deep. And you are in need of a breakthrough to know yourself this deep. It's not the jealousy. I see you deeper than that. You have a longing for me. You feel forgotten. You feel like you need someone to remember you. So it's not jealousy. Jealousy is on the surface. But what it really is you just feel heartbroken. You feel forgotten. You feel not seen, not validated. Someone else is being validated and seen, and because of what they're getting that you're not getting, now you feel hurt. You don't feel seen. You don't feel validated. Fill in the blank. And you think this is a bad thing? It's not. Because your need to know and be known was never meant to be a bad thing. A bad thing, right? Your neediness, your desperation to be validated, to know of your approval, was never supposed to be a bad thing, right? But that's where goodness seems to have been perverted. The inherent needs that the Lord has made you with have been twisted, turned around, and then you end up with jealousy. You end up with these other things, right? It's not like that's the truth of who you are. That's just where you are. This is why I don't like whenever like the whole phrase, like someone showed me their true colors. Well, I don't think that anyone is like stuck like that. I mean, they are in their own strength, but like the power of love, being transformed by love, that will take you to new places, but it will take you to deeper places, right? And so someone's true colors to me is based on the understanding that they have of themselves. So if they're still in identification and believing that their sinful nature is who they are, that's where they're going to be. But if they start to believe something different, something a little bit crazy, something a little bit unorthodox, something that the other people are saying, no, this is what is true, this is what we can see, this is what we've agreed to, and then you're like, no, actually that's not true at all, and you guys have all been deceived. The truth is revealing the truth to me, and He's revealing the truth to me in a deep place. My nature is not this sinful nature. My goodness was actually perverted, right? People are like, no. You know why they say no? Because they can't get there themselves. And to admit that you can't see and you can't get yourself to the place that you need to be, you have to be ready for that type of humility to enter into your life. You have to be ready for that, because it's a completely new life. It's no longer dependent upon you and what you can see and know and what you can get for yourself. It's dependent upon Him. I need you to take me deeper, God. This is where you will end up. And you said, yes, you were made to know and be known by me. You were made to know and be known by me. There's something beyond the jealous feelings. You feel forgotten. You feel like I don't see you. Now let me show you that I'm with you in those feelings, so that you see in a deeper place, I'm not forgotten. He is with me. I think the more that you follow the Lord, you won't want what another person has anyway, because you will start to hunger and crave for only what God has for you. This is where he will shift your appetite. It will not be with what someone else has. You will find yourself in waiting and therefore longing for what he has for you. And for what he has for you, it will finally answer the question, right? It will convince you, this is what I'm believing anyway, I wasn't forgotten. He had this for me. Other people were getting what they wanted, and I felt jealous whenever I was in that vulnerable place, because I wasn't getting that, so I didn't feel seen. And the way in which he approached me was, I'm with you in this. Now wait. Let me take you deeper. Let me actually show you that there's goodness in you. And I want to give you good things. I have for you good things. Just for you. You don't want what they have. Not really. You just want what I have for you. But in that place, you don't feel like I see you, and you feel like I have forgotten you. And that's what this is really about. And that's where I really want to bring a breakthrough and show you my love that convinces you on the deepest level, so that you're no longer influenced by spirits of jealousy, envy, strife, all these things. Because you'll be like, that's not in me anymore. Because I met the one who knew me deeper than that. He took me deeper than that. That was an accusation on a surface level place, but I am not a surface level person. I thought I was, because everybody said the surface is where the truth is. But the Lord said, I am the truth. Now let me take you into the depth of this truth, and you will not find evil, you will find goodness. You will find goodness in you. And I will set you free from believing that you are this sinful nature, introducing you to my nature. And in my nature, you will find your nature in me, your natural, innate goodness. Crazy, right? Is it true? The other thing is it doesn't. There's nowhere to go with it. Like, so we were born evil. That sucks. So we're not going to be evil. We go give our life to God, and then we become good. Or the old nature is evil, and then the new nature is good. It's like, well, yeah, I think that's true in a sense, but I think it's more like the shell of a person is the old nature, right? And that shell has to actually be cracked open to reveal that the new nature was always there, but it had to be like uncovered. It was not a place that you could see. It was not a place that I could see. It was not a place that mankind could see on its own, and therefore has agreed doesn't exist. Right? I think that's the sinful nature. That's the deception. That's the veil that goes over people's eyes. But remove the veil and you will see the truth. Remove the veil and you will see the truth. You will know yourself when you get to know him. You will get to know the way that he knows you, and you will know yourself. Why do you treat me like no one else treats me? Why do you treat me in this way that shows me how harshly I treat myself or have treated myself? Why do you hold me to such a high regard when I feel like the lowest of the low? It's like, he's like, I know you. It's because I know you. People don't know themselves. They project that. But then they're just like, this is what it is. This like physical world, these surface level things, this is what it is. And so we become good at dealing with surface level symptoms. We become good at managing symptoms. But you know how you're going to be cured? You know how you're going to be set free? A breakthrough beyond the surface. So you get accused in a surface level place, and you're no longer believing that you're a surface level person, because God has given you confidence in a deep place. Those accusations won't have a chance. They will bounce off of you. But no, we have all of these things, right? Well, it's probably your upbringing and your childhood. Yeah, no, that plays a part, but go deeper than that. Go deeper than that. Right? Yes, I know your parents weren't the best parents. Whose parents are? And I'm not invalidating your experience with that, but what I'm saying is it's not the truth of the truth. Right? You need to see that you were lovely to him and that you were not forgotten by him. You need to know it. You need to be convinced of it. And I believe that when you are, and when you do, you will no longer have a place in you to be influenced by jealousy and these other things. You will be unbothered by it. But it's not the spiritual enlightenment that you get yourself to with a bunch of practices. No, I'm not jealous. I don't receive this negative vibration. Yeah, okay. Do whatever you want. That's fine. But I don't think it's going to produce lasting change. I think it's just our way of I'm weak in this place, I need to be strong. Then we end up being our own gods, right? Trying to say what we believe, but we're not really there because he hasn't taken us there. We don't get to places unless he takes us to places. We aren't set free unless he sets us free. He has to set the stage for these things. There's a timing to these things. We can't just grab a practice off the shelf and start applying it to our lives and be set free. No, now you are independent upon a practice to manage symptoms. Symptoms to a surface that you are actually so much more, but because the world has believed that the surface is the truth, that you believe that your surface is your truth, but now you're just managing symptoms on the surface and believing that it's true, but the reality is you're so much more than that. But you need someone who knows you so much deeper than that to show you that. This seems to be the setup for a relationship with Jesus. A setup. That's what I become confident in. It's not that I get what other people have or whatever. I'm just confident that he has for me what will only satisfy me. And I didn't make myself confident in that. I just know it now. And so even if jealous feelings come up, which I think they have, I'm like, my friend is getting this. I feel jealous. I think this is where this video came from. I explore it with the Lord now, instead of trying to push it away or something. Say it's bad. Because the accusation has come against me, and now the Lord's like, let's just look at this. All right, I want to teach you something about this. I know it feels a certain way, but you're not really jealous, Brandon. You're not really envious of another person's life. You just feel heartbroken. You feel like I have forgotten you. You feel like I am remembering someone else, but I am forgetting you in the process. He feels for you there, like I believe he feels for me. So if you're experiencing that, where you're seeing your friends and other people and whatever, getting what they want, and that jealous stuff comes up, there's something underneath the surface of that jealousy. And I pray by the power of the Holy Spirit, you would see the goodness in you, the inherent goodness that is in you. You would see yourself the way that he sees you, and then be liberated from every other way that you've seen yourself. Be liberated from the way that the world has conformed you to see yourself. There's no freedom in that. There's only, oh, I feel ugly, now I need to make myself pretty, right? Oh, I feel off, let me get myself back on, right? I'm off track, let me get myself back on track. Let me pick up this practice, do this practice. Practice makes perfect, practice makes perfect. It's like, no. I mean, maybe, but you always have to keep doing it, so where's the freedom in that? But I think this is where there will be a broad road and there will be a narrow road. Because the road to life seems to be one or at least on the journey, you come to know of your weakness and your need for this new life, right? And those that push that away are not ready to see the weakness in themselves. They're not ready to see that they can't see themselves beyond the surface, so they don't agree or believe or want to see that anything else is there. But when you get desperate enough, you will be like, I need to know myself beyond this surface level place. Is there a place beyond this surface level place? The Lord will like crack the door open, right? He'll be like, come on. Yeah, I know what these people are saying. I know how you're feeling, but there's more to you than that. There's more to the truth than that. When I made you, I said, this is good. She is good. He is good. I'm the only one who can take you back there. And it's the version of you that I've been seeing this whole time. And I want to have deep intimacy with you, but it's the deep calling to deep. Meaning, I'm not going to agree that you're this sinful nature, but I'm also not looking to you to try to get to what I see on your own. You are weak, but you're in good company. You are someone who is weak, but in good company. Because I am here. Because I see you. Now receive by faith that I see you correctly. Receive by faith that I have confidence about you. It's not really about jealousy. It's not really about these surface level things. Because you're not a surface level person. There's so much more to you than this. I just don't believe it, man. It's just made me that way. And it's like, yeah, like there's like what is it? There's the truth, and then there's like, what is it? What am I trying to say? Subjective truth or something? Basically like perceived truth or something like that, where it's like if a bunch of people perceive something is true, that gets reinforced over time. But if there's a bunch of people that are blind, a bunch of people that are in dark, believing they can see, then how off is that truth going to be? And if we really are that off, how much we need him to correct our path. Not just like get us to behave better and, clean us up or whatever, give us a new job or something. No, you can't see yourself correctly. You don't see yourself correctly, right? And all of these people perceiving themselves based on how they feel, being accused and believing they're accusers because they don't know themselves deeper than those accusations, are like, yeah, now this is what we do with jealousy. And I'm like, you can do whatever you want, man, but that's not going to set me free. That can't be it. And he starts to crack the door. You become a little curious about what he knows, about what he has for you that is hidden for you. It becomes a surprise for you, where you're no longer looking at what other people have. It becomes a natural byproduct of his grace. It's not something you get yourself to look at. You become curious about it. You stop being curious about what other people got. And you're like, God, what do you have? What do you have for me? What do you have for me? I know it's a very vulnerable thing for me to say, but now looking at what they have, it's not good enough because it's not mine. It doesn't have my name on it. Because what I want even more than what you have for me is I want to know that I wasn't forgotten. I want to know this. And why do I want to know this? I think it's because you made it that way. You made me that way. That this is a part of my design. To know and be known. And whenever I don't feel known and like if I don't feel known, I don't feel seen, I don't feel validated, I'm going to feel a certain kind of way about that. I'm hungry to know myself. I'm thirsty to know myself. Now you are the only one who seems to know me. Show me who I am. Show me what you have for me. I'm telling you, those jealous feelings won't stand a chance against that. Once you start to see deeper than that, and there won't be any like You won't have to do anything with the jealous feelings. It will just bring you into a more, you become more confident in what you need from him. So you're more positioned for the breakthrough because you know you need the breakthrough in that area. You're just like, damn, dude, like everybody's getting theirs, but like, when am I going to get mine? When am I going to get mine? Like, are you going to remember me? Like, I'm living to see that you remembered me. I'm growing in the confidence that that's what I need. All right? That's what I need to see. I think that's what you need to see too. It's not the jealousy. It's not the other things. You need to know that he hasn't forgotten you. You need to know that he has good things for you. You need to know that when he made you, he said this is good. When he made you, he said this is good.